Welcome to the Venetian Plaster tutorial, guys. I'm Brittany Knutson at R&R by Design, and I've created a two-part tutorial to show you everything you need to know from beginning to end to create this beautiful Venetian plaster finish with a stunning marble shine. So what is Venetian plaster? Venetian plaster, also known as lime plaster, is a plaster made with lime and crushed marble dust, stunning on walls. Venetian plaster has been around for hundreds of years, dating back to when it first started in Venice. It was actually a safely guarded secret and only put on the best walls of the best building. So to them, it was considered a luxury, prestigious, artistic finish. And that never stopped. It is still considered that today. Venetian plaster finish has been used by designers for decades, but it's actually increasing in popularity. And the reason for this is there's a growing appreciation for the natural elements, especially bringing them inside. Guys, this is literally having the earth's treasures on your walls. Now that we are on Venetian plaster information overload, let's answer the most important question. Where can I put this finish? The answer is simple. Anywhere in your home, any wall in your house, the ceilings, kitchen and bathroom walls, shower walls, kitchen backsplashes, man cave walls, actually even better, she shed walls, right? We can put this anywhere and it would look amazing. Where we want to put this finish and what wall. Let's move on to the important part of preparing it, all of the prep work. Let me explain. Now, most important, we want to make sure our walls are clean before we start. So use a mild detergent like Dawn dish soap. Start by dusting your walls with the microfiber cloth, and then after you're done with that, take the dish soap and some warm water and just wash the wall. We want to get all the dirt, oil, everything off of it. Make sure after you're done washing it that you come back behind it with a clean, dry towel and dry it off. After our walls are clean, it's time to tape off all the areas we don't want the plaster to get. Tape off any ceiling, adjacent walls, trim work. Make sure when you're taping the baseboards that you don't press it down and you leave it overhanging. That way, if any plaster falls down, there's kind of a protective overhang that protects the floor and the baseboard. Make sure to remove all of the electrical plates before you tape over them. Now, if your walls are like most walls and have a latex or acrylic finish, maybe matte to a satin sheen, there isn't much that we have to do other than sanding it with 80 to 100 grit sandpaper just to scuff it up so that it helps to adhere to the plaster. Make sure you guys wear protective gear, goggles, and a mask. Now, if your walls have wallpaper, oil-based, or a high sheen, you may need to prime them first. They do have primers out there that are specially made for adhesion, or say if it was in a kitchen or bathroom, or you can use Amy's one-step paint that was made to be used with the Venetian plaster. If you have really rough walls beyond orange peel or any imperfections, make sure to smooth those out with the spatula and joint compound. Now that our walls are prepped and ready for the Venetian plaster, how much Venetian plaster do we need? Let me help you calculate that. Now grab your calculators and a pen and a piece of paper. Here is the measurements based on how much Venetian plaster dry you need, how much it makes wet, and how much coverage. 2 to 3 coats is usually what you need, especially for this finish. That will tell you how much to get and how much to make. Now, Venetian plaster naturally comes white. In the white Venetian plaster finish that you can actually do the same techniques that you see behind me is stunning in white, and it's actually one of the most popular colors to have. But I am going to teach you how to tint your plaster like I have done here. I've done here with the blues and with the dusty pinks, right? There's 2 ways we can do that. Let's go over that. The first one is universal tints, and the second is natural powdered pigments. Let's get started. Universal color tints can be bought at woodworking supply stores or paint supply stores, sometimes online. That you just mix in after your Venetian plaster is completely mixed in its wet form. You add that after the fact and then mix it in with your drill mixer. Natural powder pigments are my preferred choice. To get that dusty pink finish, I actually used Amy Howard's pigment, Lori Earth, which is beautiful. But whatever you do, do not mix it dry like milk paint. It will create this. This is called micro dusting. Instead, we want to make the pigments wet first. Add hot water to a cup. Then add your powder pigment, depending on how rich you want the color. That'll tell you how much. And stir that together until all of it is dissolved and you don't see any more floating on the top. Once that's done, you want to add that with additional water into the bucket that you're going to be using to mix the Venetian plaster, and get ready to mix. Make sure to choose the right attachment for your drill to mix the amount of plaster you're going to need. Thank you so much for watching my Venetian Plaster Part 1 video, guys. If you enjoyed watching this, make sure to hit that like button. Share this video with your friends. You can find this video to watch again on my YouTube channel or at my Facebook page, RR by Design. This is also where you can find the Part 2. And in Part 2, I'm going to go over the most important part to get this finish, and that is the finish coat itself. How to apply it to do either in the vertical movements or the arced movements. I'm gonna show you both. And we'll go over how to burnish it to a marble sheen, and if we need to seal it, and if we wanna seal it, how do we do it? Thanks, guys.